Hi, I'm Rob and this is Gems of War. In this video I'm showing you my teams I'm using for the Tales from the Grave event, and there's two teams here. I've got one low level team which requires no legendaries and no mythics at all, and the one which does require some legendaries but no mythics. First of all, the low level team. We do have Oshia's Tome in here, which is a legendary weapon. It's not actually a troop, it's a weapon, but just in case you don't have Oshia's Tome, which is a really good one to have for this team. If you don't have that, then go for something like Mountain Crusher, which will do a very good job at the same time. It explodes a load of brown gems and will charge up the team pretty quickly at the same time. The idea behind this team is when we cast Oshia's Tome, this will charge up Illithian Servitor really quickly, and this deals a lot of damage to all enemies, and for the early parts of the game will be just an instant wipeout of the enemy. Draxius also starts off with full mana, which is handy, and it's the new troop that's in the shop today and converts all brown gems to skulls, so you look out for that. If they get a 4-match on skulls, then you can do that and get some damage and kills straight away. And Fist of Zorn also starts with full mana but converts yellow to skulls and gives a load of attack to the first ally. So looking out for yellow and brown to change to skulls, but if not, we can charge up Illithian Servitor with that side with Oshia's Tome or Mountain Crusher, whichever you prefer. Banners wise, the best one for this right now is +2 purple, +1 blue, -1 green on the Tentacle banner. And the class, we are in Elementalist, and the talent trees, you'd have Snap Freeze on this, like it's in Chaos Storm because that's for the second team, but for this team you'd normally have Snap Freeze and then Insulated, Thunder Fist, Watery Binding, Rock Solid, Lightning Strike, then probably Fortitude. Right, that's not the team I'm going to show, but that is a good team nonetheless if you only have low level troops right now. I'll show the other team I'm going to use for this. My Events Queens team. This is Oshia's Tome, Queen Zochi, Queen Beatrix and Queen Moonclaw. The reason why this works fairly well is because the Oshia's Tome is a fantastic mana generator. Queen Zochi deals damage to all enemies, and if there's a storm, it explodes 5 gems. That's a relevant part of her spell as well, because we will try and make sure there is a storm going at the same time. Queen Beatrix is there because she does a lot of true scatter damage herself and has a cleanse and a chance to get her extra turn back, which is pretty cool. And Queen Moonclaw is there because she deals good damage by a load of skulls if they align, and it's just nice to have 3 queens. If you don't have like a Zochi or a Moonclaw, but you have 1 or 2 Queen Beatrixes, then feel free to chuck another Queen Beatrix in there. That's going to work really, really well as well. And it'll work better in a way because the way this tome works, explodes 4 gems for each blue ally and elemental ally. We're blue and elemental. Queen Beatrix is blue, so we're going to get 12 explosions anyway, which is pretty good. But with another Queen Beatrix there, you'll get even more, so whichever you prefer. Banners on this is the Mirror Banner, +2 yellow, +1 blue, -1 red, and same as last time, we are in the Elementalist class, but you do have to ensure that the first trait is on Chaos Storm. For Queen Zochi, should we summon a random storm on 4 or 5 gem matches, which means we'll get an explosion from her spell. Right, now onto the actual event itself. Tales from the Grave. What I would recommend from the shop is, if you can, always grab the first tier. It's only 30 gems. It gives you a potion of enchantment, which means everybody's charged really, really quickly. And you get that potion of enchantment through literally every single battle throughout the entire week for the whole event. It's well worth 30 gems. You also get 2 more troops. You get extra sigils, more gold, more souls. It's well worth it. If you do go up all the way to get enough to get the medal, then don't forget to apply that, because then you'll be doing a ton of extra damage and make the fights even quicker. But if you know that, then you probably didn't need me to tell you, but there you go. Right, so let's get on with the fight. I've done some of the early ones already, but I'll just show a low level one again just for the sake of it, just to show how the teams work. But I'll show a few fights, but it's fairly straightforward. All we'll be looking at here is getting one of our damage dealer charged up. Whoever charges first on these early levels out of Queen Zochi or Queen Beatrix is who you will cast. Cast the tome. That's going to fully charge. I've got Zocchi charged first in the end. I thought it might charge everybody up at the same time, but it didn't. And we'll just cast Queen Zocchi, and that wiped out the entire opposition in one go. We didn't get a very fast start then, so ordinarily you would get a better start with that when the colours go your way. What should we go for this time? Now we're charged up, but Beatrix has beat us all to it, so we can cast her straight away this time, and the result is the same. It's just with Beatrix and Zocchi there on these early stages, it is literally whoever gets charged up first is who you'll cast. So now let's jump up some levels now. Let's go to the Great Worm. So the tactics will be slightly different on this because we may have to cast a couple of times. The theory is just much the same. Cast the tome to charge up the team. Now when you've got everybody cast like this, Queen Beatrix is actually the preferred cast. Queen Zocchi, you can cast her, but there's no guarantee of an extra turn. She does explode 5 gems when there's a storm, as there is at the moment, blue gem storm. But Queen Beatrix has a more likely chance of an extra turn, so we cast her. We did get the extra turn. She didn't get charged again, so now we can cast Queen Zocchi. Now let's charged up Beatrix again. We can take this there to get the extra colours. Like I say, if you had the medal applied on this, you get all that extra damage, then this game would have been done ages ago. It's because I'm literally going it with just a potion of enchantment. So we're not as powered up as we are as if you had a medal. And that is the game done. That was on a level 108, so things are getting slightly harder, but nothing too difficult right now. So I'll just do another couple more fights because it's fairly straightforward how the team works. If you see the troop Nyar Mel, that is the one to go for. That's worth more points. Literally everybody else is worth 80 points, apart from Dark Smith, who's worth 60. So basically, just keep punching away everybody that you see. But when you see Nyar Mel, then that's the one to go for, because that is worth 100 points. Sledgepaw is worth 80, Nocturnia is worth 80, the Great Worm is worth 80, and Deep Golem is also worth 80 points, but the Dark Smith is only worth 60, so that's the one you avoid if you're chasing the most points possible from this event. Now we've got them both charged, we'll cast... See, what I'd be tempted to do here is... When you've got a team like this, like so far we've not actually cast Queen Moonclaw at all, and that means to me she could be wasted. She's definitely expendable in this team right now. So what I would maybe be tempted to do is switch her out for maybe another Queen Beatrix, because it's really good when these two get charged at the same time. This tome creates so much mana that it's a very possibility that we would have had Queen Beatrix there charged as well. And she is a better cast than something which generates skulls like this, but they can miss. If they don't align and it doesn't set up an extra turn or anything like that, then you can actually hand the opposition back the turn, as well as give them a bunch of damage to do on you, which from the skulls that you created. It's never good. Let's see what happens here. So we'll do it here. See, we've done one bit of damage, but we gave them another one back. So it's like, it's not an ideal spell. So for that reason, I may be inclined to swap out Moonclaw from the bottom for another Queen Beatrix. Let's actually do that and see if that has any effect on the... let's see if they both get charged up at the same time. So we'll go for a Nocturnia. Let's swap out Moonclaw for another Beatrix. Let's see if this happens. Loads of purple, blimey. As soon as we swap out a troop that uses purple, we get a ton of purple. That's just the way it goes. Let's do it that way. Slow going on the colours right now. Alright, let's see how much mana gen we get from this. Yeah, look. Yeah, it's just, I think definitely a better way to go with Queen 2 Beatrixes, because you cast one, if the one didn't get the extra turn, then the other one might, and it does a ton of damage as well, and it turned out they both got charged up, so I would actually revise this team to have the 2 Queen Beatrixes in the side. Well, I'll just do one more, got 1 sigil left, I may get some extras, but you can see how the team works, but this is the way I'd go with it now. I'll go with Oshia's Tome. If you don't have that Mountain Crusher, then Queen Zochi, Queen Beatrix, Queen Beatrix. It's a pretty nifty team. It's fairly straightforward to use. Nothing too much to think about with it either. Which is nice sometimes, just switch off your brain and go for it. That worked out not too bad. Got a storm, so we'll get an explosion which has charged up the other 2 queens. They got summoned, but that doesn't matter because they're going to die anyway. Yeah, so Beatrix, Zochi, Oshia's Tome, or Mountain Crusher, I would suggest. So there's the team, there's the video. If you enjoyed it, it'd be cool if you hit that subscribe button, and I'll catch you again next time. Thanks for watching.